Hi everyone, Nathan here from Mighty Lancer Games. Grab your favourite mug of tea and let's talk about some Necromunda. So last night we had an awesome multiplayer game of Necromunda organised by our campaign administrator Jim, who has put together some absolutely awesome terrain, which you will see shortly. And the scenario was that there is a bridge, a toll bridge, and one of us had to get a model on it uncontested at the end of a turn in order to take control of that bridge. We would get loads of credits for taking control of the bridge, and then that would be a continuing territory in the campaign moving forward that would earn us income. So there was 4 gangs taking part: myself with Genestealer Cult, Julian with some Delac, Al with some Cawdor, and Barney with some Ironhead Prospector squats. So we all set up in a corner of the board of lovely terrain, and with the bridge in the centre. And the idea was that anybody that got onto the bridge and was uncontested would get the win, and anyone that managed to cross the bridge to the other side would get an additional D3 experience points per fighter. So that's pretty cool. That's good rewards. And then there were various loot crates dotted around the table as well. And also an ambot, a troll, in the middle of the bridge that we also had to take down. And there were some corpse grinder, wandering monster types that were also looking to disrupt things because they currently had control of the bridge. So we had to take those guys down as well. So as the game began, we all rolled for initiative. I got the first activation. Managed to move my guys. Everybody had to move up from the floor, so we had to get up ladders onto the terrain, start moving in towards the centre of the bridge. So first turn was pretty much movement all around the outsides of the table. Second turn we started moving in with a bit more purpose. So the Genestealers made a little bit of a rush towards one of the corpse grinder guys that was in our path. The Delac moved in from the right hand corner next to me. Cawdor advanced forward and attempted to flamethrower one of the corpse grinders that was in their path, and only succeeded in knocking him down but didn't injure him. And the squats over in the other corner managed to get up on the gantry and fired an opening salvo over at the Cawdor, which was a devastating attack. Because they had an open line of sight to them, and took a couple of those guys down. So over the course of the next couple of turns, there was a corpse grinder guy who was sneaking up on the Delac. He made a diving charge against one of the Delac champions and failed to injure him, and then gets taken out in response by the Delac. My aberrant that I'd taken managed to take out the corpse grinder that was closest to us in a single round of combat. Absolutely devastated him with his power pick. And then over the other side of the table, the Cawdor made a little bit of a recovery and started advancing, and the squats made their inexorable advance on the centre. Squats are really tough and have some really powerful weaponry. The only thing that was saving the rest of us from them was the fact that they move so slowly. So everything kind of progressed slowly into turn 4, and the bridge, the toll bridge in the centre, starts to rotate after the end of turn 3. So it was moving from being in position to out of position each turn on the result of a dice roll. So Julian's Delac made a run for the bridge. He managed to get a fighter on the bridge. A couple of us had shot the ambot on the bridge already, and we'd managed to pin it. So Julian's fighter managed to make it on the bridge, and my acolyte with a long rifle shot at the ambot, missed the ambot, but shot Julian's Delac fighter and took him down. which wasn't really meant to happen. In response, the Delac decided that they were going to full-on assault the Genestealer Cult, so his champion with a hand flamer and an auto pistol ran up to try and shoot my guys. Managed to pin both the acolyte and my leader, knocking them down, but failed to injure them. So they managed to get back up and return fire, and lay him low. Took a flesh wound off him and pinned him, and then in the following turn I charged in with my leader and finished him off. So that was one less Delac in the field. Over the other side of the table, the Cawdor had finished off the corpse grinder that was nearest to them, and the other corpse grinder, so there was 4 corpse grinders on the table at the start of the game, so the other one had been finished off as well by the squats. One of the squats had fallen into the river as well, which was could be potentially a disaster, but he managed to land on a floating bit of debris and paddle it over to the side, so he was safe and he managed to get himself back in the fight. So after unloading a couple of devastating fusillades with its heavy bolter, the squat walker made it over, but had run out of ammo temporarily, and fortunately hadn't managed to kill anything, which was really good for us. So one of Barney's squats makes it onto the bridge with a power hammer and takes out the Ambot, but fortunately I managed to get my Genestealer Cult leader onto the bridge as well to contest the objective, because whoever's in control of it at the end of a turn essentially wins the game. So I needed to make sure that one of my chaps was at least in the mix. So I managed to take out Barney's leader, and he gets pinned and he falls off and lands. So he's down. He goes down, he's got a serious injury and he falls off the edge, but he does land on another bit of floating debris in the muck. In the meantime, my Aberrant has been taken out. He fell off the edge, didn't land on anything, so he just goes out of action into the muck. He was shot by one of the other squats, and my leader is now uncontested on the bridge. But then, from nowhere, Al's Cawdor champion makes a leap of faith from the other side of the table and manages to land on the bridge, contesting the objective again. It's just it's not meant to be. So he manages to get his guy on there and shoots me, and it doesn't kill me. It doesn't kill me. Somehow I managed to just get pinned and not fall off. It's absolutely fantastic. And then in a return fire the following turn, I managed to shoot him and he falls off, and I win the game. It was an absolutely fantastic game with some amazing cinematic moments. The Cawdor leap of faith could have gone horribly wrong. He rolled so many dice to get the flight, the leap distance, and then had to, once he'd done all of that, he'd made all these other dice rolls to be able to succeed in the roll, then had to make an initiative test to make sure that he actually managed to land. And he did, and that could have gone horribly wrong. He could have gone through this whole process and then ended up falling into the river. It was absolutely fantastic, a really, really fun game. Thanks to Jim, Al, Julian and Barney for all getting involved. Thanks to Jim for all the hard work putting the scenery and the mission together and administrating our campaign, which has been loads of fun. I won the game, none of my guys died. I generated a whole boatload of cash, which I then ended up having to spend to heal one of my guys at the docks. But, that's just the way it goes. It was absolutely fantastic. If you want to see more battle reports and more amazing content from Mighty Lancer Games, give us a subscribe and a like on the video. Thanks for watching.